everyone. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, or what kind of dog you have, or even if you have a dog, flyball is the sport for you. And today we're going to talk to Katie, and let's get right into it. All right, welcome Katie. So glad that you could take time out of your day to be here with us. If you could introduce yourself to us.
Hi, my name is Katie Tompkins, and I play flyball in Oklahoma with Full Speed Ahead.
Awesome. How long have you been playing for?
9 years? No, it's been longer than that. Just 11, 12 years now.
Awesome. That's cool.
While.
How many dogs do you have?
I have six dogs, 2 that are retired, 1 competing, 1 that tried his best, and 2 in training.
That's awesome. And what do you do for a living?
I work at a hospital. I actually just accepted a new position as a performance improvement person. So it's a lot of fun. It's working with people, which is nice.
Excellent. Congratulations on the new job.
Thank you.
And so what got you playing flyball?
I think I was making up for lost time. I was one of those kids that wanted dogs forever, never got to have dogs because we moved around for my dad's work, and we rented, so we can't have dogs in rent houses. So we finally got to Oklahoma. We got a couple dogs, and then amazingly enough, I'd watched agility and everything on TV, and I had seen flyball, thought I really wanted to get our first dog into flyball because she was a healer, lab mix type thing, and she would have loved it, common breeds to love flyball now. But by the time I found flyball, she was too old, and I had just rescued a little rat terrier, so he was the one we started in. But it was interesting because I was working at PetSmart, of all places, and the guy I was training to be my replacement had just moved in from the UK, and we lived in Oklahoma for, 10 years at that point. Felt like it anyways. And they had moved here, and within a year, they had already found a flyball team and were competing because they had played in England. So it was nice. It was a good segue.
That's awesome. That's cool. Such a small world.
Yeah, no kidding. And it worked out well.
That's for sure. Is there anything that you would recommend to someone starting out in flyball?
Just patience. Be patient. My first dog, I wanted to do it all right then and there, and that bit him in the butt. The poor guy had a horrible box turn, and it was all my fault. So, just be patient, enjoy the ride, because it's a lot of fun.
Excellent. All right. Do you have a most memorable dog that you've ever seen race?
Ooh. Probably, it's tough. There have been some really good dogs out there.
Yep.
Really good dogs. We got in, I live in Oklahoma, so I compete in Texas for most of our things. We got to see one of the first border whippets run, and I think that was a game changer all the way around. It was a Porsche owned by Leanne Bowden.
Yep.
He was one of the first ones, and then Mike and Trish Keck had all the red border collies on Hyperflight, and those were some phenomenal dogs to watch run. So I think those really were my idols when I was brand new with a little fat, overweight little rat terrier starting out in the sport.
That's awesome. At what age do you start flyball training?
8 weeks. I just raised a litter, and they were doing playing tug at 5 weeks. So as soon as they can start doing it, the big thing for me is always age appropriate. Don't push it, don't rush it, just let them play. And that's what flyball is all about.
Excellent. All right. So how long does it usually take to train a flyball dog for you?
We are going on about 2 years for our team. So we move very slowly, but we've had some injuries, and it's just not worth putting that stress on the growth plates. And they're puppies, let them grow up. We have plenty of time to race.
For sure. That's awesome. Good for you for waiting that long, because I know sometimes people struggle with wanting to get to do stuff as soon as possible. So how often does your team practice?
We only practice once a week as a team. Well, pre-COVID-19, once a week as a team. And we're fortunate we're going to start getting back to that, and hopefully the heat doesn't kill us all. Because of course, it's summertime and it's hot. But But yeah, we'll practice on our own with our own personal equipment and do little things during the week. But as far as team practices, just once.
Excellent. All right. So how often would you say you go to tournaments?
We go to, I would say, probably 9 tournaments a year. Really, we just take off December and January, and then one of the summer months. The rest of the year, we have about one a month.
Awesome. Do you have outside tournaments there?
No, it's too hot. Too hot, and the grass is crap in Oklahoma and Texas. So we're all indoors on mats. We've done a few outdoor demos and things like that, and I'm just not a big fan of the traction. We're trying to push our dogs to be fast and controlled and really give it their all. So I hate going back and forth on terrain.
Fair enough. Okay. Do you have a lot of local tournaments there?
Our local is 3 hours. That's local for us. So yes and no. There are 2 teams in Oklahoma. So if one of us posts, it will be local-ish. But even then, the other team is about 2 hours away. So, it's a drive either way.
That's cool. All right. So what would be the farthest you've traveled for Flyball?
I had to think about this one. I think the farthest for us is probably Indianapolis. I know a couple of our people have gone to Vegas for tournaments. I want to say some went to Tennessee. My personal farthest was Indianapolis.
Cool. And was that for Can-Am?
Yeah, of course. You have to go.
That's cool. So do you have a favorite tournament that you love to go to besides any of the championships?
Honestly, I really enjoyed, I'm going to get the name wrong. I think it used to be Reliant, now it's NRG down in Houston. That is the best. The racing is great. They have a great public feel to it.
Yeah.
And then the shopping. Oh, the shopping is amazing. So it's a really fun tournament.
That's awesome. All right. So when you first started, what would be one of the more important things you learned?
I guess really just be patient and let your dog learn and train. I also had no idea what a fit dog looked like. So, I look back and I see my poor little terrier with his little tube of a body. So it's nice that, as a trainer and as a pet owner that I've progressed. I think that's the big thing is enjoy the ride, be patient, let your dog train at their own pace, and have fun.
Awesome. All right. Now, out of all the dogs in your career, whether it's yours or somebody else's, was there one that you just loved racing over any of the others?
Probably my first Whippet. Her name was Eve, or her name is Eve. And she was the first fast dog that I had. Before her, I went from a 6-second, rat terrier, then about a 5-second golden retriever Aussie mix, and then she came out running like 3.6s. So it was a total culture shock. It was great. She was adrenaline, pure adrenaline.
That's cool. Congratulations on that. That's some awesome time for that.
Yeah.
So is there any place in the world that you'd still love to go, whether it's compete, train, or even just watch?
I guess Europe. Everybody. It's something that we haven't seen. They do a lot of outside stuff. Crufts, I think, is really fun to watch. So something like that would be fun.
Yeah.
Aside from the run back, it's a lot of fun.
We won't mention the run back.
But no, I think that the venues they have out there, and they're getting so fast now, I think it would be just wicked to watch.
100%. That's cool. All right. So, what exactly do you like about playing flyball?
Everything. My top 3, just from doing different dog sports and being in dog sports for a while now. I love the team aspect. You go everywhere with your friends, and that's fantastic. I love the bond that you get with your dogs. So flyball for me is just one big recall and one big party.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love that you get to have a dog that can literally, run through a bomb and not care because they're just like, oh, I know, I got a mom, got it, get my treats, love it, or play with my tug. And then I guess my third thing is the cost, because dog sports are expensive and flyball is so economical compared to the others, aside from
Yeah, I've saved lots of money this year not having to travel everywhere.
Man, me too. It's crazy. I miss it, but the bank likes it.
Right? Exactly. All right. So
Yeah.
is there any one team or maybe one person out there that you love racing against?
Honestly, no. You know, I had the opportunity to run like Division 1 with my Whippet Eve, the one we talked about, and it was a blast. You know, she was a lot of fun. It was great to see these people that you look up to. But then I get out and run my other dogs, and they're not as fast, but they're consistent. And they give it their all. So we run with the same people for the most part down in our area. You know, the same clubs. It's always fun.
Excellent.
It's just
That's
about
good.
playing with the dog,
That's
seeing
good.
your friends.
For sure. Now, is there a team out there that you haven't been able to watch yet that you'd still love to?
I don't think so. No, going to Indianapolis or Can-Am and getting to see, you know, those teams, watching the big finals where everybody lines the fences. I mean, you get to see it all. So it's been a lot of fun getting to go to those tournaments.
For
Then
sure.
you get to go to Fly Championships as well, and they've had some great crossovers, so you get to see them there as well. So I'm
Excellent.
pretty happy.
That's good. That's good. At least you get out there to see it all.
Yeah.
All right. So what would be one of your earliest memories of Flyball?
Probably just training my little rat terrier. You know, we practiced outside. Used to put him in a soft crate, and when he would get tired of being in a soft crate, he'd hamster ball that soft crate right into the ring in the middle of everybody else practicing. And you know, he's just a fun little guy. So that was probably the earliest and one of my happiest.
That's cool. All
that
right.
shows that he liked it.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have another favorite memory? Maybe it's on or off the racing lanes.
No, favorite memories? No, I mean, it's also good. You know, Flyball brings such a camaraderie. So I love when you see those off breeds running. We had a little Karen Terrier that used to run. She's the cutest little Karen Terrier, and the joy of the entire building just coming out. Sorry, I keep waving a bullet stick. It's great. I'm a dog person. The joy of the entire building coming out to support and like cheer for this tiny little Karen Terrier was just fantastic. You know, you can see the fast dogs all day, and they're impressive and they're amazing. But I love that Flyball is so just all inclusive.
Yeah, for sure. That's good.
Yeah.
It's always good
Recently-
seeing the off breeds. It makes it a lot more fun when actually even multi breeds. Just being able to do multi-breed races is simply amazing sometimes.
Absolutely. We don't get a lot of those. You know, I primarily run U-Fly, and the tournaments that I do go to that are NAFA, they don't have multi-racing, or maybe I'm just not there to watch it. but it's yeah, I like seeing the off-breeds and seeing them do their thing. You see these tiny little dogs just getting it. So
that's awesome. All right, so do you have any personal goals playing the sport?
I don't think as much as I did when I first started. You know, when you first start, you want to be fast, you want to get it, and do all that. Now I just want to enjoy my dogs and have fun with friends. You know, my Flyball team is a Flyball family, so that's my goal now. Train well, have a nice consistent turn and a safe run past that. So.
Awesome, that's good. All right, so do you have anyone that you look up to as a mentor in Flyball? Maybe it was when you first started, or possibly now.
I think definitely when I first started, I keep going back, you know, Hyperfly was the team to watch when I first started. And I remember watching Mike Keck and Trish Keck play with their Border Collies, and they were always so positive and so polite and so friendly. So I think early on, they were the ones that I always looked up to. They were just a great liaison into the sport. So it was nice to be able to race with them, and later we had a litter together, so it was really nice just to grow that friendship.
That's awesome. All right, so do you have any hobbies outside of playing Flyball?
Outside, I had to think hard on this one. Outside of Flyball, yes, but they're all dog related. So,
that's fine, yeah.
You know, my life has gone to the dogs completely. But outside of Flyball, I enjoy going whippet racing. I think that is my heart breed. Is whippets. We'll always have them. They're fantastic. But I enjoy whippet racing, disc. We have yet to compete in dock diving because, you know, it's expensive. And we have to drive quite a ways to get to a dock. So We love to swim and do all that kind of stuff, but whippet racing and frisbee are probably our next go-to sports.
Awesome. That's cool. Good for you for doing lots of dog stuff. It keeps us busy, so.
Yeah, that's the truth. You're always on the road for something.
That's right. All right, so now the fun one, and I don't know how much you've thought about it. I would like you to challenge somebody to do an interview with me. Do you have any idea who that could be?
I do. It's a couple. Is that okay?
That's fine, yeah.
All right, yes. So I would like to challenge two of my favorite faces at flyball tournaments, and that is Matt and Shannon Lancaster.
Excellent. That's cool. Perfect. I will get in touch with them at some point, hopefully, and hopefully get them on the channel. That would be cool to do a couple. So other than that, thank you so much, Katie, for being here, taking time out of your day to do this with me. It was great finally meeting you, putting a face to the name. So it's simply amazing, and then hopefully at some point we'll see each other on the racing lanes. Thanks again, Katie, for doing this with me. It was great to finally meet you. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you press that notification bell. Hit that like button if you like today's video and leave any comments down below. If you guys would like some more information on Flyball, there's lots of links in the description below to try and find a team that you can join. Or if you want more information on Katie's team, there is also a link in the description below. Until next time, see you then.